Today is December 23rd. Welcome to Big Book Daily. My name is Rob. I am an alcoholic. It is a thrill, honor, and joy to be here with you today as we journey through the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous and the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions. Today at the Big Book, we're going to continue our journey through Chapter 11, final chapter in the Big Book. It's hard to believe. A Vision for You. We'll be reading the first part of page 157. At the 12 and 12, we'll begin Tradition 11 by reading page 180, and we'll read the 24 Hours a Day and Daily Reflection. So hope y'all are doing well this morning, my friends. It's a chilly one here in the garage, but you know what? I got my little space heater here, got a cup of coffee in hand, and a big old smile on my face because one, it is my son's 9th birthday today. Bright and early, he's still asleep. I'm so grateful to be a dad. And two, I'm so grateful to be sober. And try to do the next right thing today and be present. And, it's moments like these that make me so grateful that I'm no longer drinking. I can be present and enjoy this day with my son. So with that, let's get to the good stuff. Out of the Big Book, we're on page 157 from Chapter 11, A Vision for You. We have been recapping for a while the famous story of how AA was first kind of founded. First of all, we started off with Bill W. Of course, it's keeping it kind of anonymous here, but we know who they're talking about. That starts off with Bill W.'s story, then how he meets Dr. Bob. And now Dr. Bob yesterday made all of his amends. And now we're at a point where they're trying to work with another person who is very violent. Very nice guy when he's sober, but very violent and kind of off his rocker when he's drunk. So they are meeting him in a private room, and they're going to tell about their experience. So we're on page 157. We'll read the first couple paragraphs. 2 days later, a future fellow of Alcoholics Anonymous stared glassily at the strangers beside his bed. "Who are you fellows? And why this private room? I was always in a ward before," said one of the visitors. "We're giving you treatment for alcoholism." Hopelessness was written large on the man's face as he replied, "But that's no use. Nothing will fix me. I'm a goner. The last 3 times I got drunk on the way home from here. I'm afraid to go out of the door. I can't understand it." For an hour, the 2 friends told him about their drinking experiences. Over and over he would say, That's me. I drink like that." The man in the bed was told of the acute poisoning from which he suffered, how it deteriorates the body of an alcoholic and warps his mind. There was much talk about the mental state preceding the first drink. Out of the 12 and 12, we're on Tradition 11. Our public relations policy is based on attraction rather than promotion. We need always maintain personal anonymity at the level of press, radio, and films. Page 180. Without its legions of well-wishers, AA could never have grown as it has. Throughout the world, immense and favorable publicity of every description has been the principal means of bringing alcoholics into our fellowship. In AA offices, clubs, and homes, telephones ring constantly. One voice says, "I read a piece in the newspaper." Another, "We heard a radio program." And still another, "We saw a moving picture," or "We saw something about AA on TV." It's no exaggeration to say that half of AA's membership has been led to us through channels like these. The inquiring voices are not all alcoholics or their families. Doctors read medical papers about Alcoholics Anonymous and call for more information. Clergymen see articles in their church journals and also make inquiries. Employers learn that great corporations have set their approval upon us and wish to discover what can be done about alcoholism in their own firms. Therefore, a great responsibility fell upon us to develop the best possible public relations policy for Alcoholics Anonymous. Through many painful experiences, we think we have arrived at what that policy ought to be. It is the opposite in many ways of the usual promotional practice. We found that we had to rely upon the principle of attraction rather than promotion. 24 hours a day, December 23rd. AA thought for the day. We have definitely left that dream world behind. It was only a sham. It was a world of our making, and it was not the real world. We're sorry for the past, yes, but we learned a lot from it. We can put it down to experience, valuable experience as we see it now, because it has given us the knowledge necessary to face the world as it really is. We had to become alcoholics in order to find the AA program. We would not have gotten it any other way. In a way, it was worth it. Do I look at my past as valuable experience? Meditation for the day. Shed peace, not discord wherever you go. Try to be part of the cure of every situation, not part of the problem. Try to ignore evil rather than actively combat it. Always try to build up, never tear down. Show others your example that happiness comes from living the right way. The power of your example is greater than the power of what you say. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may try to bring something good in every situation today. I pray that I may be constructive in the way I think and speak and act today. Daily Reflection, December 23rd. Recovery, Unity, Service. Our 12th step, carrying the message, is the basic service that AA's fellowship gives. This is our principal aim and the main reason for our existence. The Language of the Heart, page 160. I thank God for those who came before me, those who told me not to forget the three legacies: recovery, unity, and service. In my home group, the three legacies were described on a sign on which said, "You take a three-legged stool. Try to balance on it only on one leg or two." Our three legacies must be kept intact. In recovery, we get sober together in unity. We work together for the good of our steps and traditions. And through service, we give away freely what has been given to us. One of the chief gifts of my life has been to know that I will have no message to give unless I recover in unity with the AA principles. Alright, my friends, that concludes today's reading. And man, I love the attraction rather than promotion in the 12 and 12. And I'll keep this brief, but basically, when I first started going into the rooms, nobody really preached at me. They just told of their experience. And one thing I noticed is that here I was sitting around a bunch of people, and I was embarrassed and ashamed of everything that I had done. At least for me, I didn't go through that door because I had a great time out there. But what attracted me was the fact that nobody preached to me, and there were a lot of happy, sober people. They seemed to be at peace and confident in themselves while not drinking. So I surrounded myself with a couple of people, a couple of men that I really looked up to. And then I started asking questions. And then again, they started just talking about their own experience. For me, that attracted me so much. And I wanted the qualities that they had. And over time, I was able to learn a lot from them by their example and by their own experience. That's a wonderful thing. And then finally, I love the 24 hours a day. We are sorry for the past, yes, but we learned a lot from it. We can put it down to experience, valuable experience as we see it now, because it has given us the knowledge necessary to face the world as it really is. I used to look back at my past so much with shame and anger, like, oh, I can't believe I did that. As if I'm not a human being, as if I don't make mistakes. I held myself to a standard that no one could live up to, and I still catch myself doing that. But particularly about, those drinking days, I was so angry. Like, why did I do these things? Why did I hurt these people? But the bottom line is, my friends, I can't change the past. But thanks to the steps, I can learn from it. I can make those amends, whether direct or indirect. And I can become the person I believe my higher power wanted me to be. So in a way, I look at my past now as the means necessary for me to become who I am becoming today, and hopefully who I'll become in the future. So in a weird way, I'm almost thankful, or maybe I am thankful, not even almost, that things have worked out the way they have. Because I'm here today, December 23rd, about to celebrate my son's birthday, sober, joyous, and free. Great stuff. But I've rambled on enough today, guys. I hope you all have a great one. And if we're given another set of 24 hours, I sincerely look forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow.